We're witnessing a new era of political violence. Assassins have tried to murder President Trump twice and tried to kill Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh. In Minnesota, legislators and even children attending Mass were gunned down in cold blood in 2 separate incidents. And an assassin targeted and murdered our friend Charlie Kirk. A sniper shot 3 people at a Texas ICE facility, and now more than 200 violent rioters were at a Chicago ICE facility chanting, "Arrest ICE, shoot ICE." At least one had a gun. We've seen this before. We saw it in Portland and with the LA riots. These are not peaceful protests. These are coordinated attacks by radical extremists, and they end now. Anyone who threatens or assaults our federal officers will be arrested and charged federally, not in some liberal state court. Same goes for anyone who's funding and aiding these extremists. You will be dismantled brick by brick. We are taking our country back. Make America safe again.
I asked, why didn't Trump mention any right-wing violence in his memo about terrorism, specifically the Minnesota state legislators that were assassinated a few months ago? Here's the answer. The memorandum is written to frame the left, especially anti-fascist or progressive activists, as the source of organized political violence. Acknowledging assassinations of Democrats as victims would implicitly highlight that the left is being targeted, which undercuts the narrative the memo is designed to advance. By avoiding mention, the administration avoids reinforcing the counter-narrative that right-wing violence poses the greater domestic terror threat. 2. Political calculus and base alignment. Trump's political base often views Democratic leaders not as victims but as adversaries. If the memo had specifically memorialized or defended assassinated Democratic officials, it might risk alienating parts of his coalition who see those figures as political opponents, avoiding symmetry that would invite scrutiny of right-wing extremism. If the memo had acknowledged Democrats assassinated by politically motivated actors, it would raise the obvious question, why is the administration not also labeling far-right groups as domestic terrorist organizations? For decades, U.S. law enforcement data, for example, from DHS and the FBI, has shown that the majority of lethal domestic terror events have come from right-wing extremists. Naming Democratic victims could force uncomfortable comparisons and potentially obligate the White House to act against far-right extremist groups. Avoiding mention sidesteps that problem.